Hello everyone, welcome back to SAP Technomaniac. This is the completely practical video, no theory slide. That is the reason I didn't open slide at all. So you can see in last video we have left here. Nothing was there in our application because we didn't edit any metadata extension file or any UI annotation at all. So after adding the UI annotation, our application will look like this. So in this video, we will see how we can change this particular application header. Currently the application header is look like preview for Fiori app element. It's not good. So how we can make it something different, travel processor app, because we are creating the travel processor app. That we will do in the manifest.json file. Apart from that, how we can add those filter by default. Previously we have added using the adapt filter option you can add, but whenever I load this application, those filter should come by default. So for that purpose, what all are the annotations you have to write in the backend, those also we will see. Not only we will add this particular filter, for those filters we will add F4 help as well. As you can see, whenever I click on agency ID, the F4 help is coming. So for that similar way, the customer ID is also coming, and you can see for all status we are getting F4 help as a drop down, since the number of values are less. How you can do that thing, that also we will see. Apart from that, we will add the number of counts of travel, how many entities travels are available in the system, along with this heading. And we will define the this all the fields sequence, which field should display first, which field should display later, what will be the sequence. And not only that, you can see currently in the agency ID we are not only displaying the ID, along with the ID we are displaying the text as well, so user can understand. Obviously if he see the ID, user will see the ID, he will not able to understand anything. So along with the ID, how we can display the text, or if it is required, I don't want to display the ID, I just want to display the text only, how we can do all the things. So these all are the things we will gonna do step by step in this particular video. In last video we saw my application look like this because we didn't edit any single UI annotation. Today we will add all the UI annotations, and how UI annotations impact on our application we will see. Start with the basics one and we will go little bit advanced as we go further. So let's add some UI annotations. So we'll start with the, as you know, our application, we have the consumption CDS view, we have travel view, travel as a root entity, then booking as a child, and booking supplement as a child of the booking. So I have root entity travel. I right click on that and I will add the metadata extension file. Even you can add the annotations or UI annotations in the travel itself. Instead of adding here, we will create the separate file, easy to maintain. Whenever we have the changes, we can do in the separate file and capture that in the TR instead of touching the main view. It is very useful. A lot of advantages are there creating the metadata extension, the separate layer as well, and we can create the different layering for the metadata extension, code, partner, customer. A lot of things are there as I explained in my previous video. So let's create the metadata extension file. Just right click on your consumption view and create the new metadata extension. One more important, before creating the metadata extension, you should have these annotations @metadata.allow extension equal to true in your consumption view. Then only you will be able to create the will be able to use or activate this particular metadata extension file. Otherwise you will get the error. So let me give the same name and give the travel metadata file. Click on next button and just finish it up, and it will create the metadata extension file. The next step, you have to give the layering annotation. It's a very basic annotations. I will, since I'm creating as a developer, the base layer I will give as a core layer, and on top of, if somebody want to add another layer, they can add if they want. Then I will add all the elements which is required. Control space, insert all the elements. So again, there are different fields. Association definitely we don't gonna use. So I will add one basic annotations, @UI dot line item annotations, which will help us to display all the columns whenever we are loading application. Currently when we load our application, just we see this screen, there is no column. If you want to see the column, we have to click on setting, and we have to select the columns. But I want, instead of going through like this, I want this column should come by default from the backend, or backend annotation, or from, if you want to do local annotations that I have already shown you in previous video, that can be possible. Apart from that, I want to add some of the filter, those also should come by default. Or if I want to add filter here, you can see I can add the filter like this also, but I don't want to add like this. Whenever I load the application first time itself, those filters should be available. So two annotations you have to remember: ui.line item, ui.selection. These are the very simple annotations we use day to day, and you should remember by heart those all the things. I have created little bit snippet, or we can say the template for this. I don't want to repeat those all the things. That is the reason. Simple thing. What I did, I want to what all are the fields I want to display. Those fields I created ui.line item annotation, and I have given position as a 10. These are the UI annotations. You can use only UI annotation in metadata extension file. You can't use any other annotations. That is one more important thing. So I want to display travel ID as a first field, agency ID is a second field, then customer ID, then begin date, end date, total price, and overall status. I don't want to display the last change date, and I don't want to display the description and booking fee. These details I will display in the object page, where I will show the detail of this particular travel instead of displaying everything in the travel. Because in travel, whenever as I want to show you guys, if you select everything and click on go button, then it will look like this, because it's a responsive, what we can say, it's a responsive table. So whatever it will display here, then all the other fields will go down. There is any, we can control this also. By default it is responsive table, and you can control this setting in the, if you want to display, if you want to enable here horizontal bar, then you can do using the grid table, or what we can say, grid table is there, and I forgot one name. I'm not recalling. Responsive table, grid table, and I will tell you when this topic will come. Okay, in the manifest dot, basically manifest.json file, we can convert those tables. There are advantages and disadvantages of each and everything. For example, if you convert in grid table, you will be not able to see the group by options there. Here you can see group by option. There are three kind of table. You can play around with those tables and we'll see. But as of now, I just want to display some of the fields. I don't want to go and little bit down, so that is the reason I don't want to display all the fields on the list report page. But its requirement is there, we have to display. We have to change in manifest.json file, and we have to do that. We can do. I will show you when we come further, when we work on configuration of the list report page. Now agency name, I displayed the agency ID. I would have displayed the agency name. What is my requirement is, let's display first and then we will see. Let me activate this one, Control F3, and refresh this page. That's it. We will be having those, at least those columns by default in the sequence which we have defined. One more important, I told you 10, 20, 30, 40. You can display, you can use 1, 2, 3, 4 also. You can 1.1, 1.2 also you can use, but always use 10, 20. You can add multiple field in future if you want to add in between 10 and 20. That is one thing. So you can see by default we have the tailed field. If you click on go button, you will get the travel ID, agency ID, customer ID, start date, end date, total price, and overall status. You can see total price is displaying along with the currency. Why it is displaying? If you see our consumption view, we have already defined the @semantic amount currency code relationship. So whenever UI render, it will always render along with the price what is the currency it have. It will render in this way. Now my requirement is that I can see travel ID, but when the front end guy will see, he will see the travel ID, he will not understand what is this travel ID, what is the agency ID. I don't want this IDs. I want along with the ID name. I would have displayed the name directly here, but instead of displaying the name directly, I want to display ID bracket name. So both the information should be there. This is the ID, this is the name. For that we have one another annotation, object model annotation. And as I told you, those annotations we can't give in the UI file. Those annotations we have to give in the our consumption view or ABAP layer. That is not the UI annotation, basically that is the uh, ABAP layer annotations. So for that I have already defined this particular some of the annotations. I just want to say, for example, agency name I want to give the ID. So what I am telling here, at the rate object model, this is the ID. For this ID, what is the text? So here I am telling agency name is a text. So whenever this particular field will render in the UI, it will reference this particular object annotations. Along with the ID, it will display the agency name as well. Similar way I want to do this also. Customer name, control C. I would have written line by line, but I don't want to put much effort. I just, wherever the new things come which I never explained in my any of the video, those I will try to do line by line. So these things I have explained somehow here and there in my rap series or Fiori real time. That is the reason I'm doing quickly those things. Nothing, no need to worry. Again, it will go with the customer ID, and last thing is the text status, overall status. Control C. Let me go to the status. Where is the status? I have somewhere oral status. I want to, since we have the oral status as well and oral status text also, along with the oral status I want to display the text only. Shift F1 and Control F3. As soon as I activate and refresh my application, I didn't change the UI layer, but I changed the ABAP layer, where I have added the object model annotation, which is very useful. If I try to add this object model annotations here, I will get error. It will say this annotations is not permitted for use in metadata extension, because in the metadata extension file you can use only the UI layer annotation. Let me go refresh my page and see how it look like. Obviously, along with the travel ID I will be having the text. Along with the agency ID I will be having the text. Same goes with the status as well. Let's see. Okay, let me click on go button. This time little bit bigger. I can see, you can see travel ID, agency ID, sorry, along with the agency ID we have the text, along with the customer ID we have the text. And similar way, if you see the status, as I told you, this is the responsive one, so it automatically shifted the field which is not coming here. It is shifted here. Oral status, again you can control which field you want to display here and which should be shifted based on the priority that you can define. That also we'll see, no need to worry. But here you can see we have, along with the text, if you want to display like the that particular column, then you can display like this. One more thing I want to do, I don't want to display, since this accepted or open, why to display A, O and this tags. So I don't want to display ID for this. ID for agency ID and customer ID is important, but for the oral status is not important. So there is one another annotations we can use, that is called the tags annotations. That is at the UI level. Again, I have explained in my previous video. So in this one, I will go here and I will just say @UI annotations. Oh, this I don't have. Okay, so what I can do, @UI annotations, text arrangement, shift enter. So control space you can do, and I just want to display text first, text last, text only. I just want to display the text only. That's it. Control F3 I can do, and I can refresh again my page. You would see only now, once you will refresh, instead of displaying this oral status and the ID together, only it will display the status field. Let me click on go button. And you can see again I have to click like this. You can see accepted, open and rejected. I don't want to display the ID. Similar way, if you don't want to display this particular ID, you can do, or you just want to display ID first, then description, those all things you can change using this. This is the very important, again, UI text arrangement annotation is there. We can play around with this as well. Okay, and next one, let's see what else we can do. Go to my UI part. We have to add the selection filter. To add the selection filter, as of now I will add for, again there is another annotation called the @UI dot selection filter, selection field, sorry. selection filter we call, because we use in ABAP, so we call selection field what all are the field, and you can give the position, which position it should be displayed. Again, relative, let me put in 10 position, agency ID, and then we have the customer ID as well. Also I want to display that will be the 20th position, second position we can say. And last one is the overall status, also I want to filter it out, that should be the 30th, third position, I can give 30. Step one, or you want to combine this UI annotation in one, because you have multiple UI annotation. There is a simple trick is there, nothing, just after UI you have to do colon, and then you have to start the uh, whole semi, this particular bracket, I forgot the name, and then we can add this comma separated list, first list. Now we don't need repetitively this UI. It's a similar way we create the internal, we create the variable with the data element, we have multiple one, then we can give at the give is this comma separated list, and at last I can close like this. So this is another way you can create the, if you don't want to repeat UI dot UI dot UI dot, you can use this way as well. You basically, this is a in JSON file how we have the object ID and value pair, something like that. We can Step F1, Control F3. Both are similar. I didn't change. I just want to show you this is the one way. Another way you can do UI annotation this way as well. Now we have given one more important thing. I want to let me refresh first. Let me see these selection fields are available or not. If it is not available, we will do. We will add again, or we'll see. Obviously, it will be available since we have added. By default, it will be available. You can click on go button. You can see the data. One more thing I just want to add, if you want to add additional selection filter, which suppose I want to filter based on the date, I can do adopt filter. I can add any date as well if I want to. So suppose based on the start date I want to do, you can see starting date and click on OK. That particular filter also will be added here. I have the filter, but I don't have F4 help as of now. I can see I will add the F4 help also, because whenever the user will select, but these filters are working. So you guys just put the customer ID as a T4 or anything you can put, and click on go button, and you can see all the customer ID which is a T4. You can see all the similar way, these all are the working, trust me. Apart from this filtration, we have another filter, we something called the search field also we can add. That particular search field will work on the multiple fields, whatever the value you will add, those particular value wherever it will match, it will try to display those all the entries. It will irrespective of the particular filter, particular field. That is also very useful. We can add to add this, we have to use add the rates search equal to searchable equal to true. I have to make this particular entity as a searchable, and then which field you want to search whenever somebody enter that in that particular search field, those particular some text. So I want to search for the at the rate search equal to searchable equal to true, control space, sorry, search equal to true, search dot, I just have to do like this, search equal to searchable equal to true, default search element equal to true. Okay, so in similar way I can add the customer ID also as a searchable, travel ID also I can make a searchable if somebody want to search. And at least I have already noted, somewhere I have noted, I want to make the travel ID, agency ID, customer ID, description, and overall status. These all the things I want to make as a searchable. Travel ID, agency ID, customer ID, overall status also I want to make as a searchable. Four field I want to control F3, and as soon as you activate and you add this particular annotations, you come here, you refresh your application, you will see one more field where you can search. Instead of filtering the data on a specific field, I just want to do some search. Suppose let me click go button. Instead of going this time customer ID 84, I will write something 84 here. I will click on search button. So it will not only there is nothing 84, customer ID was not enabled. Sometimes simple thing take to analyze a lot of time if we don't know. I was searching one. Obviously it should filter out with one. Why it is not filtering? But I should know obviously, because as an ABAPer, this particular travel ID never stored as a one in backend. Instead of that, it is stored as a travel ID. If you do F2, there is alpha conversion happening at the behind. And if you see this alpha conversion, it is the numc 8. So if I really I want to search for one, a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, I have to search like this thing. Yeah, so it is working now. So this is same goes with the customer ID and same goes with the agency ID. But I don't want to do, user will not enter like this obviously. That is a one simple hack. You just go enable the fuzziness. So that's a simple thing we can do. For example, at the rate search, uh at the rate search dot fuzziness equal to fuzziness threshold you can give, and you can give fuzziness threshold to something, some value you can give. I think 0 0.8 will work, and control F3. Let me try out it is working or not without this 00 or not. Let me refresh my application. It's really sometimes simple things take too much time. I was getting dump. I was not able to realize that what it is happening and why it is happening. So one, let me this time let me go with go button. No, this time also not working. Because I think let me 8000, something will work. Go. Yeah. So 0 0.8, I think we have to add little bit more threshold, then it will work. So let me remove one two zeros and try it out. Go. Yeah, still we are getting. So this is how we have to add little bit more threshold. You can use zero point 0.7, then it will work automatically. So this is how we have to work with the search element, since it is happening internally alpha conversion. So it is storing as a number. Whenever we are putting those search field, it is searching for that particular string. So that is the reason the search was not working. Or one more important thing, whenever you stuck, suppose I was doing one and I click on go button, nothing is happening. Why it is not, what call is happening in backend, I want to see. You have to right click, click on inspect, and go to network tab. This is very important thing. Wherever you stuck, wherever you get error, something is not loading, screen is not appearing, you have to come to network tab and click on go button. Then one $h call will happen. You want to understand $h, you how it is happening, you can watch out my odata series. This is the in $h we always call the post call, and the get request we will send as part of the payload. You have to come to the payload, then you will get to know what things we are getting. So you can see the query is executing at the search equal to 1. So it's passing search equal to 1. Instead of search equal to 1, if I pass like this one and click on go button, this time it will search for 00001, and another $h you can see it got called, and this time it searched for this particular string and it was able to search this particular string. Basically it will put whenever we put in search and fuzziness is enabled, it will put percentage both the side and try to search with that particular field it is available in those columns or not. So this is how search work. Search help is working, search is working, everything is working, but F4 help is not working. Whenever I do the F4, I'm getting this block, but F4 help is not coming. Let's go to my CDS and metadata extension file. You have to add one annotation again, that is again SAP side. You should have, for this particular agency ID, I have the F4 help. So I know which CDS entity is giving the F4 help for this particular CDS agency ID. In your case, if it is not there, you have to create that particular CDS entity and then you have to use as a F4 help. So for that, we have to use the simple annotation at the rate consumption dot value help definition. I have explained multiple times, but just to completion, just we have to add for the agency ID. You can come to, this can be added here itself, except F1, and obviously value help always add at the consumption layer, not at the interface layer. So I can give the entity name and which field you are going for the search help, that also you can give here. So this is how it will work. So agency ID same goes with the customer ID. Control C, customer ID also I can give the value help. I would have written line by line, but I don't want to again. I just want to explain the new concept. It comes new, but these all the things are repetitive. So I just want to give this all the for currency also. Will in this case we as of now we don't need, but when we go to object page and when we create and we do F4 half, that time we will be needing this currency as well. But as of now we don't need. We need as of now value help for the overall status. There's one more interesting thing will happen in the overall status. We'll see, but let me do shift F1 and control F3. Shift F1, control F3. So I just did what I did. I just added the relevant CDS entities for F4 help. I gave the CDS entity which I want to use and which field I want to use. Let me open one of them. Demo I overall status value help. This you can create in your case on top of the table, and you can give the overall status, and you can give the overall status text. In this case, ID I am getting from here, and text again that it is getting from the one of the association which got exposed here. If I do F8 here, obviously you will see the overall status IDs OANX, and text you are getting from the this particular text association. For that you have to preview this particular CDS view. This is again on top of the text table which is for oral status. You can see in different languages is open, accepted and rejected in the English and German in often this is German language. Okay. And now what we can do, we have added the value help for the overall status and other things. Let me do control F3. Let me come to my screen, refresh my screen and see these all the value helps are working or not. Let's see. I think it will work, obviously. So you can see agency ID. I can do F4 help. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me click on go button. Let me click on. You can see it is working. I want to see only for 7002. Click on OK, but then I will see only the 7000. I have to click on go button. Then I will see only the 7002 order. You can pass further customer ID as well. You can do further F4 on the customer ID. Let me enter 201 and you can select enter. We don't have customer ID here. Might be search is not working, might be, we are not sure, but let me search something. 3. Okay, if there is a with this customer ID we don't have any, with this combination we don't have anything. But if you have something like that, then you can put for example customer ID. Let me put 400. Why it is not F4 help for customer ID is not working? We need to check. No need to worry, we'll check. Before that we have the oral status. You can see one important thing, it is coming as a drop down. But if you need this kind of things, what you have to do, your CDS view which you are using, for in this case I'm using this particular oral status value have, the size category should be small. If you make small, it will automatically this value help come as a drop down. And obviously if you are making small, those values in this particular F4 should be very less, then only it will come as a drop down. Other value help come as a normal value help as it comes. Customer ID, let me see why it is not working. Give me 1 second. Again same problem. Why customer ID is not working? If you search with 200 it will not work, but if you search with 000 it will work. Since customer ID not have that fuzziness enable here, so if you see, but you can search with the names. Fuzziness is enabled. Suppose you know the customer name. Anyway we never search with ID. We always search for, suppose I want to search for James, all the James will come. Last name, any of them can be possible, or I can search with the last name also. Control C, Control V, then you can see all the IDs are coming, and based on that I can search it out. I can select them multiple, and one more thing, I got the requirement. We can deselect all and we can select all in F4 help, and you can click on OK button and you can click on go button. Then based on the this particular selection, you will get the value help. Okay, and further if you want to filter on the status also, you can see the what is the status, you can put the that also, and you can filter out. This is how F4 help we have added for the uh, this particular list report page. Let's discuss now about the in detail about this particular page. The first thing is the application header. In here you can see one back button. If you click this back button, you will go to the previous page. You have one SAP logo. This logo can be changed in Fiori theme designer as per your company. We'll discuss in some other video. But the most important thing, this is the application heading. This heading, if you want to change, it will be not possible from the back end, but in front end, you can change this in the manifest.json file. You have to come to the manifest.json file, and we have in the manifest.json we have description called the app title. You can change the app title and app description. So app title will be picked from here and it will be displayed there, and not only that, it will be displayed in the your tab as well. Currently we are using app title from the i18n file. So if you open this i18n file, and what is the app title currently, you can see the app title is the travel processor, and same it got displayed here, which we have discussed during when we discuss in detail the manifest.json. This is the one of the setting. If you want to change this one, you can change, but we have one drop down here. If you want to go to the home page from here, you can go to home page, or you can open your Fiori launch page from here itself. All my apps, it will, you can easily navigate from here. So this is all about the application header. There is another feature in list report call where we can display the number of records, total number of records available in this particular application. For example, how many total travel IDs are available in backend table. Out of that, and it might be the case only 20s are displaying. To do that, you have to do some more changes in your metadata extension file. You have to come to the metadata extension file of your travel, so where we have given all the annotations, and we have another annotation called @ui.header, and control space you can do, shift enter you can do, so all the annotations will come. So let me comment out as of now, which is not required. So I will use just type name and type name plural, and this particular thing, type name plural, will be displayed here along with the number of the records, and this will be type name singular will be displayed on the object page. But as of now, when I click on the object page, some default name come travel type. I don't know how it is taking. Might be we have defined the navigation entity based on that is taking, but I don't want travel type. This is the single travel that I want to display. So let me change this one. So travel type, travel name should be travel. In object page it should display the travel, and the main page it should display the travels. And let me activate this one, control F3, and refresh my page. I hope so. Once you activate this one, it will be displayed travel along with the number of records are available in your backend table or your root entity. So you can see here, so travels, as soon as you click on go button, you can see 4179 records are available. And if you move to object page, there is a navigation button is there, then you can see the travel here. As of now we don't have anything in object page, but you can see we will add those things also, no need to worry. But you can see the number of records. This is the one of the wonderful feature where we can see the number of counts. And if you see the backend logic, if you go to the network tab, how we are getting this one, if you want to analyze. So basically whenever you click on the go button, the one $badge call is happening. That $badge call is not only getting this data, it is getting that particular number of records also. So if you followed my OData series video, then you have something called in the payload, skip token is fine, only 30 records at a time you are getting. So if you will scroll down, uh, initially you will see 30, then next 30 record will be displayed. You can see 30, it is next one is the 30 to 30. Again you will scroll down, one more dollar base call happen, then you will see the next 30 decode. It's starting from 30, 60, and then next 30. So like that it is calling one by one. You might be not able to see. Let me do little bit this, little bit increase the size, and we are getting the count equal to true. Why we are sending the count equal to true? I want to get the total number of records. If you are not enabling this particular annotation, then in the query you will not see the strong count equal to true. And once you will enable, then only you will get this count equal to true. What it will do, not only it will get the records, these all the IDs, which is skip 30 top 30. Initially it was skip 0 top 30, then last call skip 60 top 30. So this like that it is getting and getting the number of records also in the system, backend system. So currently 4179 is there. That is the reason you can see data. As soon again you do page down, you can see one more dollar batch call is happening. If you don't know the dollar batch call, you can watch out my OData series video. I have explained this in detail. I think this video is becoming a little bit longer, so we'll stop here only. In next video, we'll discuss this list report features in detail, which is provided by Stinter, like the variant management, or we can say that how you can use this particular send email, send as a tile option, how we can download the data in the Excel or PDF. These all are the features are available in the standard Fiori element, and we should know these all the features. And whenever we are giving KT to user, those all the things we have to explain in detail so they can utilize this particular Fiori list report effectively. Before going to that video, please like this video, share this video with us as well. With that, thank you and happy life.